What if the artifacts we dig up aren't just relics of the past, but evidence of encounters we've chosen to forget? Throughout the centuries, archaeologists have unearthed objects that defy every logical explanation. Sculptures with features that match no known culture, technologies that shouldn't exist in their time period, and designs so advanced they seem ripped from science fiction rather than ancient history. These aren't myths. These aren't legends. These are real objects sitting in museums right now. Items that make even the most skeptical scientists pause and ask the same question. Were we truly alone in shaping our history? Or did something beyond our understanding leave its mark on this planet long before we were ready to comprehend it? Today, we're examining 5 discoveries that challenge everything historians thought they knew. Prepare to question reality itself. Discovery 1. The Quimbaya Artifacts. In the mountain tombs of Colombia, grave robbers stumbled upon golden trinkets that would later turn the world of archaeology upside down. The Quimbaya civilization flourished between 300 and 1000 AD, leaving behind exquisite goldwork that demonstrated their incredible craftsmanship. But scattered among typical ceremonial pieces were several small golden objects that didn't fit any recognizable animal category. For decades, they were labeled as insects or stylized birds, until aviation engineers took a closer look. The proportions weren't random. These objects possessed vertical stabilizers, delta wings, and weight distribution patterns identical to modern aircraft designs. In the 1990s, German aviation experts built scaled-up flying models based on these artifacts. The results were shocking. They flew perfectly. Not only did they achieve flight, but they demonstrated remarkable stability and maneuverability that would impress modern aerospace engineers. These weren't crude approximations. Wind tunnel tests revealed lift-to-drag ratios comparable to contemporary glider designs. The golden artifacts even featured perfectly angled elevators and rudders control surfaces that serve no decorative purpose, but are essential for controlled flight. How could an ancient civilization with no concept of aerodynamics create perfect miniature aircraft 1,000 years before the Wright brothers? Some researchers suggest these weren't religious symbols at all, but precise scale models, perhaps replicas of something the Quimbaya people actually witnessed in their skies. Chemical analysis of the gold alloy revealed an unusual composition, a mixture not commonly found in other Quimbaya artifacts, suggesting these objects held special significance. The artifacts were discovered across multiple burial sites, separated by vast distances. Yet they all share the same aerodynamic design principles, suggesting a common source of knowledge. Unlike other pre-Columbian gold objects that show symbolic or mythological creatures, these figures have no cultural parallels in Quimbaya art or mythology. They remain locked in museums, golden enigmas that silently challenge our understanding of ancient technological knowledge. Discovery 2. The Betz Mystery Sphere. March 1974. The Betz family in Florida was surveying fire damage on their property when they noticed something that would haunt them for years. A perfectly smooth metallic sphere, approximately 8 inches in diameter, completely unblemished despite the intense heat that had consumed everything around it. The sphere's behavior defied physics. When rolled across the floor, it would stop suddenly, change direction without external force, and sometimes return to the person who released it. Family members conducted repeated tests. Each time, the sphere exhibited what appeared to be intelligent, response avoiding obstacles and changing course as if guided by internal awareness. At night, family members reported hearing low-frequency vibrations emanating from inside, like something was alive within the sealed metal shell. The family's pets refused to approach it. Dogs would bark and retreat, while cats would arch their backs and hiss, displaying primal fear of the object. The U.S. Navy examined it extensively. X-rays revealed the sphere was made of incredibly pure stainless steel, but with strange, unidentifiable magnetic properties. Scientists detected 4 distinct magnetic poles instead of the normal 2. This shouldn't exist in nature, or in any known manufactured object. Metallurgical analysis showed the sphere had no seams, no welds, no visible manufacturing marks, as if it had been formed as a single piece of metal. Decades later, no government agency or scientific institution has provided a satisfactory explanation for what the Betz family found that day. Discovery 3. Rongorongo Tablets. On the most isolated inhabited island on Earth, Easter Island, there exists a script that has defeated every attempt at translation for over 150 years. The Rongorongo Tablets are wooden boards covered in intricate glyphs, a written language that died before anyone could document its meaning. What makes Rongorongo truly unique is that it's one of only 4 independently developed writing systems in human history, appearing in total isolation from any other civilization. The symbols include human figures, birds, plants, geometric shapes, and strange composite creatures that seem to blend different life forms. Linguists have discovered the script follows a unique reverse boustropheden pattern. Each line is inverted and read from alternating directions, a technique unknown in any other writing system. Some researchers have identified what appear to be astronomical calendars embedded in the glyphs, suggesting advanced knowledge of celestial cycles. When Europeans arrived in the 1860s, only a handful of islanders could still read the script. By 1877, the last person who understood Rongorongo had died, taking the knowledge to the grave. Catholic missionaries burned dozens of tablets, viewing them as pagan devil worship, destroying irreplaceable linguistic evidence in the name of conversion. Attempts to use AI and machine learning to decode Rongorongo have failed. The sample size is too small, and there's no Rosetta Stone to provide translation context. Today, only 26 tablets survive. They sit silent in museums, holding secrets we may never unlock. Discovery 4. The Dogū Figurines. Around 14,000 BC, during Japan's Jōmon period, artisans began creating clay figures that challenge every conventional explanation of ancient art. Thousands of Dogū figurines have been recovered, yet archaeologists admit we have no definitive answer for their purpose or the meaning behind their bizarre appearance. These figures feature exaggerated body proportions, massive heads, minimal torsos, and limbs that seem almost vestigial by comparison. But it's the faces that truly unsettle observers. Enormous goggle-like eyes dominate the head, bearing an uncanny resemblance to modern pressure suits or diving helmets. The surface patterns aren't decorative. They're systematically organized, appearing almost mechanical, like seams, panels, or technological components integrated into the design. Several figurines display what appear to be filtering devices around the mouth area and articulated joint sections, details that seem bizarrely advanced for Stone Age craftsmen. Perhaps most disturbing, many Dogū were intentionally broken in antiquity, found shattered in specific patterns that suggest ritual destruction rather than accidental damage. Archaeological evidence shows Dogū were deliberately broken with specific body parts, removed heads separated from bodies, limbs detached following consistent ritual protocols. No other culture in the ancient world created figures remotely similar to Dogū. They exist as a complete anomaly in global prehistoric art. They remain one of archaeology's strangest enigmas, objects too strange to explain, too numerous to dismiss. Discovery 5. The Guatemala Stone Head. In the 1950s, deep within Guatemala's impenetrable jungle, explorers photographed a monument that would become one of archaeology's most controversial mysteries. A massive stone head carved from a single boulder, but with facial features that matched no known indigenous culture of Central America. Unlike the broad, flat features typical of Mayan and Olmec sculpture, this head displayed a sharp, narrow nose, thin lips, and refined bone structure features described as almost European or Middle Eastern. The carving technique was also anomalous. While Mesoamerican stonework typically shows tool marks and surface texture, This head appeared almost impossibly smooth, as if finished with advanced polishing methods. Photographs showed the head tilted upward at an unusual angle, its gaze fixed on the sky, a pose never documented in any other pre-Columbian sculpture. Dr. Oscar Rafael Padilla Lara, a physician and archaeologist, examined the site and insisted the artifact was genuine, estimating it to be at least 3,000 years old based on surrounding geological evidence. But before a proper excavation could be organized, Guatemala descended into civil war. When researchers finally returned, they found only rubble. The destruction was reportedly deliberate. Locals claimed guerrilla forces dynamited the head, believing it was a symbol of colonial oppression. Others whisper it was destroyed because of what it represented. Was it evidence of a lost transoceanic contact between civilizations that never should have met? Or something even more inexplicable? The truth was buried under the jungle floor, and then obliterated before the world could decide.